Hello and a very warm welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's having a brilliant week, and what an interesting week it's been too, especially for those considering investing in this stuff right here, Bitcoin, because we have now seen the green light officially be given for the brand new Bitcoin ETF. And what that means basically is it has just become a hell of a lot easier to buy and sell Bitcoin online. Now, some platforms such as eToro have offered the opportunity to buy in Bitcoin for quite some time now. But what's particularly exciting about this new news is, with it being an ETF, is it should mean that we now have the ability to short Bitcoin as well as buying it, which I don't think has been an option up until now. Now, what shorting is, for those who weren't aware, is where you look to make a profit from the value of an asset going down instead of going up. And how that works is basically you borrow money from the broker based on the value of the asset, but because you're borrowing it based on the value of the asset, you also pay it back at the value of the asset at the time you pay it back. So basically, hypothetically speaking, if we would say that Bitcoin was worth £1,000, now it isn't, it's worth a lot more than that, but for this example we're going to say that one Bitcoin is worth £1,000. Now, I think the value of Bitcoin is going to go down quite quickly, possibly imminently. So what I do is I go ahead and I borrow the value for one Bitcoin from the broker and short that money. So over the course of a week, we see the value of Bitcoin go down, say, to £800. I think that's a good enough profit for me. That's £200. So what I do then is I sell back to the broker, but because I'm selling back at the value of the asset, not the value I initially borrowed, I'm only paying them back the £800 the Bitcoin is now worth, thus earning me a £200 profit. So that's, in a nutshell, how shorting works. And as I say, it's not something I'm aware of that we were able to do up until now, but with it now being traded as an ETF, that should now give us the opportunity to short Bitcoin going forward, which, as I say, is actually quite exciting news. And I do predict it does mean we are going to see a slight increase in the value of Bitcoin, as I can see it raising a little bit of hype in the market. Okay, so that's it for the news this week, but I do have a couple of pickups and a mail call to go through with you as well. So first of all, we'll start off with the mail call, and it's been sent by my friend Coin Noob, who's got an amazing channel over on TikTok. I do watch all of his videos, and he does create some absolutely brilliant content. Now I'm just going to very carefully open this up because I don't want to damage anything that's inside. I have been expecting a little bit of something from him, but I think he's put something a little bit extra in it as well, so I'm extremely excited to get this opened up. We've got a little bit of a letter here, so without any further delay, let me get this open, and we can see it says, "Dear TSC, here is your Snowman 50p, sign your own. Thanks for the great content and for having me on your Stack Chat. Keep up the great work. PS, my first ever stickers enclosed. Might need help to improve my design skills. Take care, Coin Noob, Griff." And as I say, Coin Noob, he's over on TikTok. He really has got a brilliant channel. We can see it's on the back of a Christmas card there, which is absolutely brilliant. That would have looked great on my display, but all well, it's great to have received it now. And yeah, as I say, if you haven't checked out Coin Noob's channel as of yet, definitely head over and do so. I will try and put a link to his channel in the description below. And speaking of Stack Chat, I haven't actually had a chance to send you a message across as of yet, Griff mate, but I was hoping that you'd come back on for another chat in a couple of weeks on Saturday the 27th, so I will definitely send you a message across. But yes, as I say, if you can do that, buddy, I would absolutely love to have you back on the channel. Now let's have a look at what's been sent across, because here we go. Now, I'm so excited to receive this, and this is, if anybody wasn't aware, is from the absolutely amazing Christopher Collects channel, and it says, "Peace, prosperity and pepperonis maketh for breakfast 50p," which is a little fun thing he says whenever he finds a 2020 Brexit 50p. I've been a fan of his channel for a long time, and yeah, Griff did let me know that Chris was aware of that, but he was sending me this across. So guys, thank you so much to both you, Coin Noob, and to you, Christopher, as well. Honestly, I can't wait to put this back on my backboard. Christopher was one of the channels that really inspired me in the early days. Watching his 50p hunts, learning more about the 50p's, really inspired me to take my collecting all the more seriously. And yeah, he is absolutely one of the guys that influenced me in the early days and led to me starting my channel. So Christopher, thank you so much for sending that across, buddy. I genuinely appreciate it. And yeah, wow, Coin Noob, these don't look bad at all. I really like these. That's great, that is. Coin Noob, as you can see, TikTok there at the bottom. I think they look brilliant. As I say, his logo is based on the restrike of the 1847 Gothic Crime, which is an absolutely stunning coin, extremely rare. They go for anywhere between £5,000 to £10,000 per coin, and it's one that I absolutely have on my bucket list of coins to have. But as I say, that's the restrike, which is a modern version of a coin, and absolutely stunningly beautiful. One that I should definitely have picked up when I had the chance. But who knows? I might be able to get one going forwards. And as you can see right here, as he said, this is my first ever strike. I think I said sign your own, but it's strike your own. And what that is you have the opportunity to go to the Royal Mint on an experience day, and you actually get to strike your own 50p. Now it's something I've never done before. Coin Noob or Griff said he went up to meet Christopher Collect and a few of the other coin collecting channel guys over there at the Strike Your Own event, and he was able to pick me up an extra one, which I'm so grateful for, mate. Thank you so much for this. It's definitely one I needed for the collection, and now I've got this. I think I'm going to at least get the Strike Your Own Snowman every single year going forward. I think that would be a lovely little date one to get into, and who knows, maybe this year I'll have a chance to get up there and meet you guys when you go to, which would be absolutely fantastic. But now, as we can say, that's my first 50p of the week. I do have one more to unbox in one moment, but what an amazing 50p, and what an amazing thing to do, Coin Noob. Thank you so much, mate. As I say, please do consider coming back on for another chat in a few weeks' time, and as also, you know, if anybody hasn't done so as of yet, get over there and check his channel out, because he does have some incredible content. He has some wonderful pieces of silver. He's a bit like me. He started off as a coin collector, but over the last couple of years he's gotten way more into silver, and he's mounting an absolutely beautiful collection. But next up, what we have right here is the non-coloured version of the Tyrannosaurus Rex 50p coin. I unboxed a coloured version last week, if you remember. Now I'm actually going to go and grab that one moment, because what I've just noticed, now I've never seen this before with the 50p's, but the actual packaging you get for these is much better with the coloured one, because as you can see with this one you've got the kind of 3D Tyrannosaurus Rex coming back over from the right hand side, but with this one that's missing. So yeah, actually a big difference in packaging. That's something I've not really seen before. It's an absolutely great coin. We did see it last week in the coloured, but we'll have a quick look there. And yeah, as I say, we have the large Tyrannosaurus Rex there with its skeletal counterpart going across at the bottom, Tyrannosaurus at the top and Cretaceous at the bottom. So yeah, a wonderful little coin there, and one to go with the coloured coin that I picked up last week. Now, other than that, I do have some absolutely stunning pieces that I was able to pick up from the most recent Cobra auction last week. The first one we'll go through is this one right here. This is the 2023 Samoa Superman coin, and yeah, what an absolutely lovely coin. You can see there we have the looks like the Ian Rank Broadley depiction of Queen Elizabeth II right there. At the top we can see Samoa 2023, and at the bottom we can see 1 ounce of 999 AG $5. And on the front we can see once again 1 ounce fine silver 0.999. So yeah, a wonderful little coin. I thought I'd snap it up while I had the chance, so we'll pop that down there for now while we look at the next one. And the second one is another coin. Now, you may be aware that the Pobjoy Mint sadly closed after many years in November just gone, and their swan song before their departure, as it were, was this beautiful Pegasus coin right here. The Pobjoy Mint's not one I've picked many pieces up over the years. I do have 1 or 2 Pobjoy pieces. I think I've got the an Isle of Wight crown, and a couple of other bits. But yeah, it's not a mint I was huge for collecting, but I definitely did think it was worth getting the last ever of their coins. This stunning Pegasus coin right here, and right there we have King Charles III with a legend that reads British Virgin Islands, King Charles III, 2023. So yeah, what a wonderfully fun coin. It's a piece of history, being the last coin issued by the Pobjoy Mint. So one that I felt I just had to get for the collection. So we'll pop that one right there with the others. That's all for the coins. But I was able to pick up a few bars as well. First of which was this 1 ounce Nadir bar right here, which I think is a really nice bar. I actually quite like it. I recently learnt Nadir are the assayers for the Tavex pieces. You can see we've got Optimash Prime right there guarding my new Tavex 1 gram gold bar. But yeah, a lovely piece. It's come in the assay card. Personally, I prefer the bars out of the assay cards just because they stack nicely in the capsules. But I quite like this one, and I will be keeping it in the assay because, as I say, it is a nice piece. But yeah, that's the first of the bars, so I'm just going to pop that one down there with the other pickups. And next up, we have this one right here, which came as an add-on to the last bar, and it is the absolutely stunning Scottsdale Mint 1 ounce Vortex bar. And if you've been watching the channel before, you will know that I am a huge fan of this bar. I absolutely love the vortex finish to the back of the bar. I mean, it's just got an absolutely stunning radial effect to it. As I say, I'm a huge fan of these bars. I would like to pick up as many as possible going forward, but this is my second one in the stack for now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this into a capsule and getting that added to the other ones. So finally, we have this piece right here, which is absolutely stunning and one that I really have been wanting to get for the stack, but it has left me feeling a little bit guilty because Cobra was incredibly generous enough to send me this across as a gift to say thank you for the help I gave him in trying to set up his new live stream. Now, unfortunately, we after some absolutely amazing practice runs, there was some issues on the night, and he wasn't able to use the new setup for the most recent auction, which, as I say, has left me feeling extremely guilty. So Cobra, I'm so sorry about that. I just want to let everyone know that Cobra put so much time and effort and work into the new setup for his live stream, and to sit back and watch it all go wrong at the last minute, as I say, especially with the practice runs he'd done throughout the day going so well, it was really disappointing. But we've not given up on that. We definitely will keep trying, and Cobra, mate, anything I can do to get you up to speed with the OBS and get that running smoothly for next time, mate. I'm there, and yeah, we'll get that set up so I can finally feel like I've officially earned this absolutely incredible 2021 Beska bar. So Cobra, mate, and as I say, buddy, thank you so much once again. That was incredibly generous of you to send that across to me, mate. And as I said to you before, it really isn't an issue for me to give you a help out with the OBS, etc. I'm more than happy to help any way I can, pal. So yeah, as I say, we'll keep on it, mate, and we will get that up to speed for the next auction. Okay, so next up, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be tracking one of my investments just to see the benefits you can obtain by dollar cost averaging a small amount in a successful fund. So to help us do that, we are going to have to pop across to Fidelity, which is the platform I use for my investment ISA. So if we go down a little bit, as I say, the one we're going to be looking at right here is the investment ISA, which, as you can see, I do currently have £1,424.66 invested. Now that's because I have been putting £50 a month into this account for more than 2 years now. As I say, it's a long-term investment, something that I have been dollar cost averaging at £50 a month. And if we look right here, the benefits that I've received up to yet is a total return of 13.41% and an annualized return of 12.78%. Now, what's meant by annualized return is that's how much return I've received over the past rolling 12 months. So from this date last year to this date today, that's the investment return I've got. But as I say, the total return that I've received on my entire investment is 13.41%. That just helps you break down how well the fund has been performing over a more recent period of time. Okay, so if we take a look right here, what we can see is that's giving me an actual profit of £168.53, which is actually more than 3 months worth of instalments. So I'm saying that's, over 2 years to be 13.41% in profit is actually, that's performing very, very well. But if we take a quick look down here, we can see a few more of the finer details. So this is the Fidelity Index US Fund P accumulator, and that's what you want to search for if you're on Fidelity looking for this fund. But if we click on that, it will give us some further details. Okay, so as we can see right here, as I say, this is a Fidelity Index US Fund P accumulator, which is very equivalent to the SNP 500. It is weighted slightly different, and it does look to outperform the SNP 500 on a regular basis. But if we take a look right here, we can see that it does have a Morningstar rating of 5 stars. Okay, and what we're going to be looking at mainly, if we take a scroll down, as you can see, we've got some more of the details here, a few of which I've already gone through, but the main ones we're going to have a look at today are the growth, performance, and dividends. Now, I'm not going to be doing this every single week. We'll mainly just look at how well it's performing over the past week, but because this is the first time, just to give you some more details into the fund I'm investing into, and to let you know why I've chosen this fund. As I say, we're going to be looking at these 3 areas right now. So if first of all we click on growth, as we can see, that will bring up a chart which shows us how well the fund has performed going backwards. Right here, that is on a 5-year basis, but if we look at the full 10-year basis, one thing you can see, now this is something you definitely want to see when you're investing long term in an asset, is we have a gradual increase in value over time. And as you can see, that is absolutely what's been happening here. There has been a few dips at time. Right here, that's the 2020 COVID crash of the market. But even so, you can see that the low is still higher than previous lows going backwards. So you can see it is very regularly providing higher lows going forwards, and obviously higher highs, as we're seeing, a gradual sweeping increase in value of the fund. So that's definitely something you want to see when you're looking into a fund that you're wanting to dollar cost average in over a long period of time. If you start here and you come out here, you've made quite a bit of profit. It looks like it's gone up from roughly £10 per share to going up to just under £40 per share there. So that is quite some increase over the time. But if we take a look at performance, one thing that will show is how this actually compares to the S&P 500. And as you can see right here, the blue line on top is this fund, so that's the fund that I'm currently in, and the yellow line at the bottom is the S&P 500. So as you can see, it does absolutely track it. You can see it, you can see the same highs, the same lows in roughly the same areas, but because it is weighted different, the Fidelity fund does regularly and always has seemed to outperform the S&P 500 itself by a small amount. And we can see trailing returns right here. Once again, this fund outperforming the S&P 500. Okay, just a few details right there going backwards of the US large cap blend equity, or i.e. the S&P 500 and this fund. So if you can look, if you're interested, you can see the dates going backwards right here, and how well it would have performed based on 5 years annualized, 3 years, 1 year, 6 months, etc., etc. Okay, so lastly, the other thing to look at right here, and this is one of the other reasons why I chose this fund over others, is it is actually a dividend-paying fund. As you can see right here, it does have a distribution yield of 2.6%, which, in my opinion, is actually quite good. This isn't a dividend fund. This is a growth fund. As you can see, I'm invested in this because the value of the fund itself goes up over time. So for it to pay a dividend on top of that, for me, is an added bonus. You're not going to see huge dividends on growth funds like this. There is normally a payoff between growth and dividend. The higher the dividend payment, the lower the growth you'll see in the fund. But as I say, with this being a growth fund with a small dividend of 2.6, for me is brilliant, and as you can see, that is actually twice its historic yield of 1.3%. The dividend payment is made annually, and the payment is made on the 30th of April with a DivX date of the 1st of March. Now, if you weren't aware what the importance of a DivX date is, that's the date you have to have your money in the fund for you to receive a dividend payment. Now, one thing you could do is you could put your money in on the 28th of February, leave it in there till the 2nd of March, take it out again, and you would receive that full annualized dividend payment. Your money only has to be paid into the fund for that one day, the DivX date. Okay, so based on whatever money you've got invested in that fund at that one time, you will receive a dividend payment of 2.6% based on that value. So as I say, they're the main three things that's helped me to choose and decide this fund personally over the S&P 500. Now, I was wanting to invest based on the S&P 500. The US economy is the strongest economy in the world. The S&P 500 itself has regularly beaten inflation. So it is a great fund for people to dollar cost average, where you're not wanting to be too actively involved in your investment. You just want to put a small amount of money away every month and just watch your investment grow. So that being the case, people like Warren Buffett have always said, they recommend the S&P 500. So I definitely knew I wanted to be in something that was S&P 500 based, doing a bit of research. Infidelity, which is a platform I've used previously to invest money with. I came across this fund. I thought it was a great fund. I've been putting my money into it regularly ever since, and I'm very happy with that decision. So I just wanted to share a few details with everybody regarding the fund. And if we just go back over here, so this is the main bit right here. We can see right as it stands, week one, we currently have a profit of £168.53, which is an overall total return of 13.41%. So we're definitely going to track that, and next Friday what we'll do is we'll just have a look at how well that's performing and what percent we're at on that total return. Okay, so that's pretty much all from me for today. Thank you for everybody who's watched along with me. I really do hope you've enjoyed that. As I say, these Fridays are a bit more of a blog style video where I'll be looking into how well my investments are performing, what pickups I've made throughout the week, and that kind of thing. So as I say, I really do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, definitely give the video a like and comment below, because as I say, that stuff really does help small content creators like myself. If you are interested in Bitcoin, definitely stick around for my stack chat tomorrow night, live from 7 p.m. UK time, as this week's going to be with Creative Precious Metals. He's got a great YouTube channel, but he's also quite clued up when it comes to cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. So I'm definitely looking forward to picking his brains about that a little more tomorrow night. So with that being the case, I definitely hope to see you all across there then. But as I say, that is all from me for today. So I will leave you all by saying, as always, until next time, look after each other, keep stacking, take care, and goodbye.